Well, if you want to do some moon gazing tonight, it'll be perfect to watch this month's full moon if the weather cooperates. It's also known as the flower moon, which got its nickname to signify the many blossoms of spring. May's full moon also is a micro moon, and this occurs when the moon is at its greatest distance from Earth and appears smaller than a typical full moon. The next full moon will take place on June 11th, and it is known as the strawberry moon.
There you go. Also, all could double as a name for one of Frank Zappa's kids, it feels like. Flower Moon. How are you today?
I was thinking, is that the name of a Prince song?
I know. I feel like there is some kind of song. Yeah, you're right there. Unfortunately, we're looking at about 80 to 90% cloud cover, so it's probably not going to be a spectacular viewing.
Darn it.
I mean, it's not going to be like a super moon. I mean, it's a micro moon. We don't need to see this one. We can be picky. Weather headlines, and so we have sunshine that'll be mixing in with clouds throughout the afternoon. As I mentioned, you know, we started off with that sunshine, but by tonight we're looking at that 80 to 90% cloud cover. And then rain chances will be returning for most of the week. So today we skirt by during the daylight hours of not having to dodge the raindrops. That's likely not the case almost every other day this week. Remaining above average, though, temperature-wise, at least throughout the work week before we get a little more of that reality check coming up over the weekend. But live look at Belleville right now. Just about 5 minutes ago, I was looking at this camera and I saw a boat going by. So it is nice boating weather out there. We have blue skies up above, few thin high clouds increasing right now, but it's kind of filtered sunshine, shall we call it. 72 over at Metro Airport, not far from Belleville, 73 in Ann Arbor, 77 in Howell, and 75 in Port Huron with a southeasterly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So your forecast throughout the rest of the afternoon rising to about 80 degrees as we head in the peak heat of the afternoon, and the chance for rain likely doesn't develop until about 9 o'clock onward. Southeasterly winds will stick with us, and so that does help us with the temperatures. But high temperatures forecasted across the area do vary. Down into Monroe, where we had the clouds coming in from the south first, that's hindering some of that warmth. So no surprise that Monroe is actually going to be trending a little cooler today than the folks to our north. But you get close to the water in Port Huron, 76. Most of us will be topping out right around that 80-degree mark. Heading out to Comerica Park tonight, it's a new homestand for the Tigers against the Red Sox. 6:40 first pitch, upper 70s, and likely right around 70, if not upper 60s by game's end. Plan for maybe a drip or drop right at the end of that game in the last couple innings, but hopefully we can hold it away until once we get that game in. Here's a look at 9:45 where we do start to see some of that rain inching close to Metro Airport. So there's that chance we could dodge it. As far as the rain getting closer to the city, probably not until tomorrow morning after daybreak. Then we're in and out of rain chances, but I think there's a good lull until after 5 o'clock tomorrow where we have a couple scattered showers. The bulk of the heavier rain might end up trending closer to Lake Erie, but we're just going to be in and out of these scattered chances. So tonight, 61, mostly cloudy skies with a chance for a light shower. And that's why I don't think we're going to see that flower moon as much with that 80 to 90% cloud cover. Tomorrow's forecast, smidge cooler, still above average, 75. And we have a couple little rain chances and maybe a non-severe storm, but that's not an all-day washout. Let's check out Wednesday. That wetness and the moisture starts to pump in out of the south, and then we'll have off and on shower chances through Wednesday. I do want to fast forward to Thursday because we start the day dry, but keeping a close eye on what's developing off to the west and how that could impact us. This European model that we look at for long-range data doesn't pull that in until before daybreak Friday, but Storm Prediction Center has Thursday under that threat for severe weather, and that's pretty much from Waterford, Novi, Romulus on west. And so I think that we don't get a ton of rain out of this over the course of the next week, but I just want you to know we're going to be fine-tuning when those storms arrive, whether it's late Thursday night or into Friday morning, falling into the 70s this weekend.